And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here on a Wednesday night. It's the Bad Company Racing Late Model Series, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't done a Wednesday in a long time, but we're doing it tonight here for Tanner. I'm going to be doing Myrtle Beach, 100 laps this evening. Let's go through points real quick. We only got about a minute left, then we got to jump and do the National Anthem and everything. So going into points tonight, it looks like Coleman is our points leader. Elvis is going to be 22 points behind him. Zach Murphy about 51 points behind our points leader. Zemi 65 points behind it, and Chris Smith is 70 points behind our leader. So that's your top five into points going in with only 2 races left to go here in this series. Again, coming at you live from Myrtle Beach Speedway here tonight for 100 laps. These cars, man, they are so momentum based. These guys are definitely gonna have to be on their game tonight and definitely get into a rhythm here later on in the race. I was talking to Zimmy beforehand. He was letting me know if we get 3 cautions, they might be able to make it on fuel. So with that being said, with that information being put out there, let's go ahead and jump down trackside. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's National Anthem. Thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our National Anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please go check out Mullet Music Productions over on YouTube. Throw him a subscription, like a couple of his videos. It helps him out a ton, and I'm sure he'll greatly appreciate that. Into qualifying right now, we're watching the number 52 of Jason Day. Just completed up his run with a 19.34, good enough for 6th position. But top of the board right now, quick time is the number 14 of Justin Coleman, 19.23 for the number 14 of Coleman. Now remember, that is our points leader. So going to be starting off here strong tonight if he can hold on to the pole for another 3 minutes, as we're watching the 26 of Todd Lamphere. He's out on track, crossing the line for his second lap. First lap in 19.28. Let's see if he improves here just a little bit, not too much. I think he hit a 19.27 there. As you see, second, third, and fourth all ran 19.27. So drivers are going to be really close on times here this evening. Taking a look at the number 28, the USAFirearms.com Ford Thunderbird of Brian Zimmerman. Just finished up his run in 19.30. Now, Zimmy was fastest in practice. Doesn't look like he was able to nail it down here in qualifying, but we're going to have to keep an eye on this number 28. Remember, Zimmy's coming into tonight 4th in points, minus 65 off of our points leader. Christopher Smith in that number 8, he's getting the green flag right now, heading into turns 1 and 2. Going to take a nice wide arc, try not to hit them little bumps down there, and he almost did. That left front tire came super close, as we got a new quick time. Brian Grayville, 19.21 in the 05. Still watching the 80 of a Christopher Smith. First lap here for Smith is a 19.27. Man, there's a lot of drivers hitting these 2.7s. Currently 5th out on the charts. Let's see if he can improve here on lap number 2. Grayville went a little bit slower on lap number 2, but hanging on to the pole right now with about a minute 45 left to go. Second lap for Smith, a little bit quicker, 19.22. Going to be good enough to start on the outside pole if he can hold it here for about another minute and a half. So we got a Scotty Stevens in the number 2 machine. He's on his first lap currently. Out of turn 4 and across the line for Stevens. First lap. Going to be a 19.39, good enough for 14th position out on the charts. Out of turn 4 for lap number 2 for Scotty Stevens in the number 2. Crosses the line. Does he improve? Just a little bit. He's going to jump up to 13th with a 19.37. 19.37 for the number 2 of Scotty Stevens. Zach Murphy out on track in that number 29 right now. First lap at 19.34. Out of turn number 4 and across the line. Does not improve. Oh, he does just a little bit. A 19.33. Going to hang on to that 11th position. Nicholas Lamb out on track. Just finished up his run. 19.41. It looks like we only have one other driver who has to qualify, but not heading out there. We got about 18 seconds left to go in qualifying, so it looks like Brian Grayville is going to hang on to the pole for tonight's event. And that wraps up qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're just waiting for these drivers to get them late models put out onto the grid. I almost said super late models there. It's not supers. Brad Carpenter had a good qualifying run as well. 4th there. Didn't even see him go out. I'm not sure who won last week either, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm not sure who's going to be getting the EOL. I'm sure we'll see that here once they roll off the grid. Speaking of grid, let's go ahead and run through that grid. Starting on the pole tonight is going to be Brian Grayville with Christopher Smith, who is outside in 2nd. Justin Coleman's going to be starting in 3rd with Brad Carpenter rolling off 4th. Starting in 5th is going to be Brandon Elvis, who is outside. Is going to be the 26th of Todd Lanfear starting 6th. Samuel Lawson, Party Boy, that number 44 is going to be starting in 7th position. Dalton Creech to his outside in 8th in the number 36. Rob Hattenback is going to be starting in 9th with Brian Zimmerman starting to his outside in 10th. Zach Murphy going to be rolling off P11 here this evening with Jason Day to his outside in 12th. Moving on down, we got Scotty Stevens in that number 2 machine going to be starting in 13th position. He's going to have Guy Barron to his outside in 14th. Tanner Marr rolling off P15 this evening with Nicholas Lamb to his outside in 16th. Dale Ogburn going to be starting in 17th position with Chris Sawyer rounding out the field in 18th. 2 formation laps here, or pace laps, whatever you want to call them. See Sim Racing Dad out in chat. Yeah, watch out for them turtles, man. You're absolutely right. There might be a couple drivers that are going to try and get everything they can out of this racetrack. They might clip them turtles. We're going to have to keep an eye on everybody tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, pace car is going to pull on down. 18 cars, 100 laps here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Brian Grayville, Christopher Smith on the front row, and it's time to get it on. Green flag is out and we're racing. Down into 1 and 2. It's going to be side by side there with Grayville and Christopher Smith. Almost a little bit of contact there, but Grayville's going to prevail. Going down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Coleman started in third, still hanging on to third position right now, all over the back bumper of that number 80 machine as we come to complete lap number 1. See Brandon Elvis making a move around Brad Carpenter there. That is for the 4th position, number 54 up to 4th. As Sam Lawson almost makes a little bit of contact with that number 31 machine, looking to the inside here in 3 and 4. Side by side back here, you got Dalton Creech and Todd Lanfear. And Rob Hattenback back there with Brian Zimmerman. They're side by side heading back into turns 3 and 4 right now. Coming to complete lap number 3 and take lap number 4. Last time by was a 19.25 for Brian Grayville. Fastest lap of the race thus far. Starting to pull away from Christopher Smith just a little bit. About 3/10, almost 4/10 of a second right now. Top 3 starting to pull away, and a little bit of gap in between each of them. Elvis got around Carpenter. He has Lawson all over the back bumper right now as we come to complete lap number 4. Lawson looking to make a move to the inside here in 1 and 2. Trying to make that pass work down the back straightaway. He does. Going to clear him off. And Elvis is going to drop back down in line. Looks like Carpenter might have pushed tight just a little bit there coming off of turn number 4. Almost got into the outside wall. Trying to get back down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh, a little bit of contact between him and Dalton Creech. Front, it's still all Brian Grayville. He's led all 6 laps thus far. Lap 7 of 194 laps remain here at Myrtle Beach. Again, Brian Zimmerman told me, if we get 3 cautions, they might be able to make it on fuel. But if they continue green like this, they are going to have to stop and fill up that tank just a little bit to make it to the end. What are you going to do on tires? Are you going to take 4 or are you going to take 2? We've seen 2 play out well all season long. I have to keep an eye on everybody and see what they do. Justin Coleman running a little bit slower than our race leader right now, starting to lose ground to the number 80 of Christopher Smith. He's about half a second back off that number 80. Party Boy Lawson is up 3 spots since the start of this race. He started in 7th and now currently in the 4th position, trying to run down that number 14 of Justin Coleman. Battle going on back here, looks like for P9. Zimmerman trying to get around that 00 of Rob Hattenback. I'm not sure if it's Bach or Back. I always forget. Or if it's Batch. Could be Batch. See Todd Lanfear making a move on that 31. Man, the 31 of Carpenter is just kind of getting just pushed back to the back of the pack right now. He's trying to cover off Rob right there to get back down to the bottom. Finally does. And maintains that 8th position. See Sim Racing ad out in chat says, Grayville seems to be tough in these late models. I have to agree, he's doing really well in these. He is a short track racer. He enjoys the short track and the short track cars. Definitely likes these late models. We've seen him perform well in these cars. Could he be taking home another win here tonight? So right now your race leader is Brian Grayville in the 05. Right behind him, about half a second, is the 80 of Christopher Smith. Justin Coleman, you got to go back another half a second, and he's back there in 3rd. But look, oh look now, 44 of Party Boy Lawson making a move to the inside. Clip them turtles just a little bit. They're going to make side-by-side contact down the back straightaway. Lawson kind of muscling his way through the field right now. Now up into 3rd position. Last time by, Lawson ran an identical lap time to our 2nd place driver, Christopher Smith, which was a 19.41 compared to Grayville's 19.44. However, I keep watching these lap times, and I tell you what, Grayville has been putting down identical lap times almost every lap, but tires are starting to fall off right now. How hard are you willing to push it? And how much tire are you going to try to save here for late in the race? Are you going to try and maybe short pit and get that track position for late in the race, or are you going to stay out and take your tires later on and see if you can't work your way back up to the field. We've seen a couple of drivers try to do that a few times this season. We know Brian Zimmerman's a classic for it. He'll come down on first chance of a caution, get them tires, and then he'll get that track position the next time we possibly have a caution or when everybody decides to pit. So these guys are doing a great job. As we go back and take a look at Dale Ogburn, he's trying to make a move around the 0-2 of Guy Barrett right now. Ogburn's supposed to be the 0-1, showing the 33 though, so just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. 0-1 on the ticker for Ogburn, 33 on the car. It looks like Tanner actually called this race the Race Chatter 100. Remember, Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you jump over here to TrueSimProductions and check out Race Chatter, podcast, videocast, whatever you want to call it. They put on a great show every Saturday night. I believe they were off last week, though. I think they took the week off. I think old Corey was watching some foosball or whatever, but going to be back in action this Saturday night. Make sure you guys tune in. Grayville still leading the way. Christopher Smith still runs second, but don't look now. Samuel Lawson, fastest out of the top three last time by. Let's see where he's at this time by. 21 laps complete here of 100. Lawson, a 19.40 compared to second place's 19.48, but Grayville is just slamming down them 19.44s. The last three laps, he's ran an identical lap time, a 19.44 for the 05 of Grayville. This time by for Lawson, still the fastest car out of the top three is that number 44, Party Boy Lawson. Taking a look back here. Oh, almost a little bit of contact between the 00 and the 31. Rob's trying to get around Carpenter. He's shown the nose a couple of times, just can't quite make the pass work. Go back now, Todd Lamphere having a little trouble here on the outside lane. He's getting stuck up there. He's trying to cover Jason Day off, but Day's going to send it into 3 and 4 and say, no, sir, I'm going to take that position. Thank you very much. Day trying to take over that top 10 position right now. Has it going into 1 and 2, but still has to clear the 26. Scotty Siemens is going to try and follow through. Day got the curbing just a little bit right there. Looked like Lamphere thought Day was going to push up and got into the outside wall just a little bit coming off of turn number 2. Scotty Stevens still trying to work to the inside of the 26 of Lamphere. Stevens got the curbing just a little bit, the turtles, whatever you want to call it. He's going to try and make this pass stick down here in 3 and 4. Back up to the front. Top 3 still broken away. Last time by, it was Grayville with the fastest lap in the top 3. 19.43 compared to Christopher Smith's 19.46. 27 laps complete here at Myrtle Beach. Green flag thus far. These guys are doing a really awesome job. I'm not sure, but I haven't heard anything over the radio yet either. So everybody being real quiet, real calm and cordial right now for these first couple of laps. But we all know one caution can change that immensely. You see Smith, he's sending it down into the corner a little bit harder now, maybe trying to cover off that number 44 and hang on to second place, because I tell you what, Lawson is there. He's trying to make a move. Last time by, Lawson was about 3/100ths quicker than that number 80. But has Brian Grayville maybe burnt up his stuff just a little bit? Taking lap 31 here, 30 laps complete. Oh, first caution of the evening. Guy Barrett stopped here. Looks like that's going into turns 1 and 2. We're gonna have to go back and see what happened. Oh, Dale Ogburn and Guy Barrett making contact. Oh, Ogburn doing a kickflip down the back. Kind of looks like Guy might have came down, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell with that one. Ogburn kind of drifts up off the corner naturally. It looks like Chris Sawyer might have got a piece of this as well. Oh, barely. It looks like Ogburn landed on the 51. If that was Guy Barrett that just chimed up right there that I heard. Guy Barrett saying that that's going to be pretty clear. No takers on this one. So nobody going to be getting the EOL. Admins are going to have to look at it after the race is over. Yeah, he did go for a ride. Yep. Sounds like maybe some people weren't staying to the right of pit road like they're supposed to. Uh-oh. That's not good. But I tell you what, at least somebody was, you know, they keyed up and they said something and told Tanner about it. Tanner said he's going to mark it down, and admins are going to look at it after the race. Apparently, like 4 people came down pit road and did not stay to the right on pit road. I don't know if I can get a replay on that or not. Let's go see. So Grayville goes down pit. Oh no, Grayville fakes it. Smith wasn't sure what he was going to do there. Let's see. Can't really tell with that view. Hard to tell. Yeah, there was a couple of drivers. I'll have to go back and take a look at it. I'm not sure. Grayville with a bold move and stays out though. Same with Justin Coleman, Brandon Elvis, Scotty Stevens, and Brian Zimmerman, along with Tanner Marr. They all stay out underneath this first yellow. Nobody coming down getting fuel on this one, but Smith came down. Dalton Creech, Sam Lawson, Rob Hattenback, Jason Day, Chris Sawyer, Zach Murphy, all those guys, they came down. A few of them took tires. Might be a little early, but them's the brakes. Here we go. Brian Grayville, Justin Coleman going to be on the front row of this restart. Out of turn number 4. These camera angles suck at Myrtle Beach. I apologize. Green flag back out in the air. Good launch there. 4th is 0-5. Oh, looks like somebody into the outside wall. Who is that? Is that Scotty Stevens clipped the outside wall, I think, on that restart? I don't know if anybody got into the back of him or not. Doesn't look like it. Oh. I'm seeing my race control program, and it just lit up like a Christmas tree right there. Let's go back and see what happened with this caution. Ooh. Jason Day got involved. Sam Lawson. Quite a few drivers. Let's see if I can't get a better view of that. Sam Lawson's he's there. Yeah, Creech just turns down on him. I mean, that one's pretty much cut and dry. Sam's got the, I mean, you know, they wouldn't have made contact if Sam didn't have the nose there, so. Might have been some contact here after the fact here, I think. Oh, Murphy and Carpenter. I think Sam's just trying to get turned around right there. Back under caution. This only helps these guys who haven't pit yet. Not sure here. You got Coleman and Elvis up here second and third. Grayville still leading the way. He's led all the laps thus far. 39 complete on lap 40. I don't know what happened to Scotty Stevens. It wasn't registering that he had any X's or anything up against the outside wall. I think it was just a rough restart for him. Maybe spun the tires a little bit and got into the outside wall. Not 100% sure. But if I'm not mistaken, this should go single file. I don't know if they made it a lap or not last time. They might have. So remember what Brian Zimmerman told me, ladies and gentlemen, before the race started, was that if they got 3 cautions, they might be able to make it to the end without even coming down pit road. So if I'm Brian Grayville, Justin Coleman, Brandon Elvis, Brian Zimmerman, these guys who have not come down pit road just yet, yeah, I'm going to be saving as much as possible. They got to tighten up this grouping here. There's some gaps. Grayville fires them off, and we're back underway. It's a single file. I don't think anybody's going to make too big of a move right now. As I say that, Smith is going to send it down in on Scotty Stevens. Stevens going to try and cross him back over here down the backstretch, but not able to get there. Fastest lap of the race last time by was Party Boy Lawson back here in 12th. He does have some damage to the front end of that race car. No fast repair in this series either, ladies and gentlemen. It's run what you brung, and if you wreck, that's too bad, so sad for you. Brian Grayville still leading the way. We're almost halfway. 44 complete, about to be 45. Taking lap 46 this go around. And look at Brian Zimmerman all over the back bumper of that number 54 machine of Elvis. Elvis is trying to, as I say, that caution flag is going to pop back out on the speedway here. We're going to have to go back to see what happened. Looks like there was a little incident here between the 44 and the 00. Ooh, yeah, right there. Murphy goes down to the grass to avoid it. That was Robert Hattenback. It looks like he just got loose coming off of the corner. Jason Day nowhere to go. Looks like Rob's going to claim that caution as well. So that'll be an EOL for the 00. Well, remember what I said, ladies and gentlemen, cautions breed cautions. Tell you what, real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Hey, Brian Zimmerman, Sam up in the booth, you got a copy?
I got you, Sam. How you tonight, man?
Good, man. How's the racing going out there for you?
It's going good. I like the position I'm in. I can make it on fuel. We've had enough cautions now.
That was going to be my next question. I remember you said before the race, if we got 3 cautions, if you'd be able to make it. So you plan on staying out the rest of the way?
Unless I start getting passed by a lot of the guys that came and got tires. If they start getting by us, then I will come to pit road. I still got that option. I was really hoping we'd go green. I was saving hard at the beginning of the race. I think I could have went green the whole race. I think I could have made it if we had win. I was trying to save hard, but we're going to have cautions. Going to breed cautions. We know how that goes. But we're the top 4. It's the only ones that didn't pit. Scotty Stevens and Tanner, 6th and 7th, didn't pit. Everybody else has pitted and got rights at least. So it's going to be hard to hold those guys off. But I think everybody's good on fuel now.
All right, man. Well, you're taking halfway here. You're sitting pretty right now in fourth. Let's see what you can do. Get you back down there. Good luck to you.
Thanks, bud.
That was Brian Zimmerman, ladies and gentlemen, car number 28. Wanted to get a quick word with him. Like I said, before the race, he's the one that told me if we got 3 cautions to be able to make it on fuel, and he just confirmed it for me, so he's good to go. But keep in mind, he still has a set of tires in the back pocket. He can make something happen here late in the race if he wants to, and as far as I'm aware, with these race cars and here at Myrtle Beach, them tires are going to make a huge difference. Brian Grayville, as we take lap 51, we're halfway now. Should be a double file restart, I imagine. Hey, John out in chat. See you out there. Great stream and race, fellas. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button. Helps us out a ton. Double file restart on this one. Big gap right there. You see Brandon Elvis, he's doing what he's got to do. Get right up on the back bumper of that race leader. Try and get as much as he can on this restart. Green flag back out in the air. Now, I know in other leagues, ladies and gentlemen, we say you can't change lanes, but in this league, it is legal. I want to make that very clear. They are allowed to change lanes before the start-finish line in this league. In any crooked line racing league, actually. See Brian Zimmerman trying to work on the bottom of Justin Coleman right now to take over that 3rd position. He's going to cover off Christopher Smith going back down into 1 and 2. Remember, Smith is one of those drivers who came up here, but he's going to get turned up into the outside wall. Caution flag back out on the speedway. Let's go see what happened there. Going down in the corner. Oh yeah, Scotty Stevens just kind of comes down, gets into the 80. Didn't really leave him a whole lot of room there. He's just trying to hang on. He's trying to hang on to that. Yeah, he just misjudged it. Came over the radio and said, I just misjudged it there. He was trying to cover off. He was trying to cover off Tanner and get back down to that bottom line, but just kind of misjudged that. Got into the right rear of the number 80 and sent him around. So that was one of the drivers who was quick all night long and was on better tires. Yeah, he got hooked. I mean, like I said, I can hear the race chatter going on right now, guys, and definitely heard Scotty key up and said he's sorry, he just misjudged that. And, you know, it happens. It definitely happens. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. But remember, cautions breed cautions. Real quick, while we are under caution, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, hear from one of our sponsors, SavageEdge.com. Make sure you go to SavageEdge.com, pick yourself up a TrueSimProductions t-shirt.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iRacing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically can put your name on anything. So go to SavageEdge.com and check on our Facebook. Back to the race.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back live. Brian Grayville, Brandon Elvis on the front row of this one. Again, shout out to SavageEdge.com. Make sure you guys go over there, pick yourself up a TrueSimProductions t-shirt. Oh, a little bit of stack up there. I don't know if Grayville was maybe trying to hold him up a little bit longer and everybody thought he was going to go. They kept it straight. That was actually really impressive. Everybody did a really good job there keeping it straight. I think we can go back and take another look at it. Let's go do that real quick. We're right here with Grayville. He's getting, yeah, he just got bumped. Like he was gonna go, but yeah, it's not like Grayville was playing restart games or anything. He just got bumped and just held his speed like he's supposed to. And when he moved, Elvis thought he was gonna go, so the outside line thought they were gonna go, but Elvis was smart and backed off of it. Remember, top 5 right now still have not come down and taken tires, but that first one who has is starting to work his way back to the field. He was quick all night long thus far. 44, Party Boy Lawson. Laps to go. We've completed 62 here tonight so far. The top 3, you can throw a blanket over them, but don't look now. Zimmy is there holding on to 4th. The last time by, he was just a touch, yeah, about a touch slower. 19.31 than our race leader at 19.29. So just a little bit slower, but again, these cars are all based on momentum and trying to set consistent lap times, which is something that Brian Grayville has done all night long. And now with these cautions too, the tires have had a chance to cool down. These guys are going a little bit quicker than they were when we were on that long green flag run. Tell you what, let's go on board here with Coleman for a lap, kind of see what he sees. Cycle through a few cars here. Looks like he got the outside wall there just a little bit. You hear these cars, man. They love to bounce off that rev limiter. See, Coleman and Elvis are kind of running a little bit different of a line compared to that 05. And I'm wondering if that's hurting them. It might be, but I think it might be helping them as well. See Brian Zimmerman right here looking it back. Justin Coleman right on that back bumper. We go back to Coleman and look back at Brian Zimmerman here. You barely see the logo on that hood. Zimmy's got a good run here. He's trying to show the nose a little bit. Can't seem to make that pass work just yet. Right on board here with Sam Lawson. He's trying to work his way around Tanner Marr. But remember, Lawson does have fresher tires, but I think I'm going to have to stick my foot in my mouth because it doesn't look like that them tires are doing him any justice right now. Could that damage be affecting that car for Party Boy Lawson? As now Carpenter's going to make a move to the inside. Lawson's going to try and pinch him down. I think they made a little bit of contact right there. 31 got the turtles just a little bit coming off of turn number 4. Laps to go. Side by side back here for the 6th position. Sam Lawson's trying to hang on to it. Carpenter wants it. He's going to pinch him down and get right on that right rear quarter panel, but he's going to lose it right there. Now Todd Lamphere has a run to the inside. Back up to the front. Battle for the race lead still going on is Brandon Elvis with Brian Grayville. Elvis about 2/10 off the back bumper of that number 5 machine. Just can't quite get there to make the pass. Remember what Simi said, they've had enough cautions. They're going to be able to make it on fuel up here at the front. So them guys with tires have really got to start making some moves if they're going to want to get up there and do anything to these front pack. Zimmerman's kind of changed up his line just a little bit, taking a little bit wider arc into 1 and 2, trying to get a good run down the back straightaway to try and make a pass on Justin Coleman. Just can't get there. Let's compare lap times this time by. Grayville was fastest, I believe, yeah, 19.38, but second and third, identical lap times, a 3.9 for the 54 and the 14. Brian Zimmerman ran a 3.8 as well, so Zimmerman's matching times with the race leader right now. Coleman and Elvis are matching times with each other. It's going to be a good race here down to the end. We got 25 laps to go. Mark kind of in his own little world right now. He's got about 6/10 in front of him, about 5/10 behind him. And he was another driver who did not take tires. Scotty Stevens having some issues in the number 2, bringing that number 2 down pit road. Throw a blanket over our top 4, ladies and gentlemen, because they are nose to tail. Board with Brian Grayville, looking out back to Brandon Elvis. Elvis is there. All you got to do is give him just a little bit of a nudge, move him up out the groove, try and take that race lead away from the 0-5. Elvis is another driver who's really good at the. Oh, he was almost there. Grayville covered him off, though. Elvis had to get out of it. Great shot. What's kind of funny is that Elvis he's not really running the same lap times as Grayville, but he's not faster either. That time he was. It was a 4.1 compared to a 4.0, so only 100th, but he's showing the nose on the 0.5. 0.5's gonna have to start going on the defense here. 20 laps to go. Brian Zimmerman still trying to run a different line to work his way around Justin Coleman, get that third spot, get some more points. Coleman having a good run here tonight. If he stays where he's at, he's probably going to stay in the points lead with only 1 race remaining here for the late models. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to run in Crooked Line, Discord link in the description below. As always, make sure you join the Discord up. We'll get you racing by next week. Elvis is also 22 points behind our points leader, which is Coleman, and he's now in front of Coleman, so he's definitely going to gain a couple of points there on Coleman. Should make a good championship race, because as always with Crooked Line Championship nights, it's always double points. 17 laps to go, coming to 16 this time by Grayville. Running a real wide exit right there, almost got into the outside wall. I think that's by design, though. I think he's got that line figured out just right now. These top 4, man, they have broken away. Let's go back to basically our spotter cam. See it right there, just a freight train. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got to go back almost 2.5 seconds. This battle between Carpenter and Marr. Carpenter, he's going to go ahead and get that spot from Tanner Marr. Puts Marr back to 6th. Carpenter back up to 5th. Little communication going on between the drivers. Tanner's saying, "Go get him, Brad." Brad said, "Thanks for letting me by. It's super difficult to pass here, and we've seen it all night long." Elvis almost into the outside wall. Had to pull it down almost a whole lane there, avoiding getting into that outside wall. Let's go on board with Elvis in car. Trying to get everything he can out of this race car right now. Trying to take the lead away and take home the race win here tonight at Myrtle Beach for the Race Shatter 100. 12 laps to go. I don't know, but I think that Grayville might have seen that. He kind of changed up his line just a little bit. Semi's starting to fall off just a hair off the back bumper of that 14. Wondering if maybe he burnt them tires up a little too much. Although he did say he was saving. Could he still be saving just a little bit? I don't know. But he's going to have to turn up the heat here very shortly with 10 laps to go. But anything can happen up front here. A bad bump, and Semi could be in the right position to snag a win. Look at the run through the center of the 54 gets on that 05 machine as we got 9 laps to go for Brian Grayville. Take home another win here in Crooked Line Short Track Oval Racing. Elvis shows the nose. Not able to send it down in just yet. And you look, don't look now, but Coleman all over the back bumper of his teammate. Oh, Elvis tries to send it in. Grayville covers him off, though. That was a good move. See what Elvis is trying to do? He's just trying to get that right front to Grayville's left rear. Once he's there, it's going to be a side-by-side run. 7 laps to go. He just can't quite get the nose there. Every time he's almost there, Grayville does what he has to and comes on the track and blocks him off. Now Elvis starting to lose a little bit of time. Grayville was faster than the guys behind him the last time around. 6 laps to go. Let's check the lap times here. Elvis a little bit quicker. And we see it. Look at the run to the center he's got here. He might have a run here. On board with Grayville. 5 laps to go. I tell you what, I think he's kind of flirting with disaster. If he keeps running that arc like he's been doing, he's going to have to change it up if he's going to want to cover off this number 54. Top 3, put a blanket over him. 4 more times around. Another good run to the center for the 54 of Elvis. Does he take a peek here in 3 and 4? Out of turn 4, 3 laps to go. Now Coleman. He's on the back bumper. Elvis almost gave him a shot right there. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. Grayville putting a little bit of gap between him and that 54. I don't think Elvis is going to be able to get there. Last time by, Grayville was fastest out of the top 4. Out of turn 4. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. He's got a decent gap, about 3/10 right now. I don't think Elvis is going to be able to get to him. It's too difficult to pass here in these cars. So we go through 3 and 4 for the final time. Out of turn number 4, give it to the 05 of Brian Grayville. 2nd place, Brandon Elvis. 3rd, Justin Coleman. 4th, Brian Zimmerman. And Brad Carpenter taking home a top 5. All right, let's go ahead and see here. Well, I guess they're in their own room there. Let's move them up to the waiting room. And let's go ahead and bring up our third place finisher. I appreciate these guys staying on track for me here while we interview them. And let's talk to our third place finisher. That's Justin Coleman in the number 14. Man, it looks like you tried to get a run on the 54. I know he's your teammate. Was that kind of by design, you staying in third and let him go, maybe try and catch the leader, or were you trying to get around him that whole time?
No, we was just mainly riding, trying to bide our time to get around Grable, but just never came to that point. Grable's pretty quick, so. But yeah, there at the end, I was trying to get a run on him, try to get a nose on him. I was trying to get around him there in the last 5 laps because me and him are 1 and 2 in points, so I don't need him finish in front of me. But I wasn't going to press the issue too hard, being a teammate and all. I wouldn't do him that way.
I was just going to bring that up next. You're the points leader right now, man, and your teammate was 22 points behind you coming into this race. Next week, as always, the double points night. How you feeling about next week?
Woo. Well, pretty confident. I like North Wilkesboro, so yeah, looking forward to it. I think it's going to come down to that race, so it's going to be a lot of implications on that race for sure. But looking forward to it nonetheless.
Well, hey, man, great finish for you here tonight. Third place for the number 14. Who you got a shout out?
Shout out TSP for all the great broadcast. Tanner Marr for Crooked Line, great racing, great league to run in. Thank my sponsors, BH Homes Construction, Gibbs Brothers Construction, Parker Brothers Window Tinting, Barry Ellis Performance and Fabrication, and Coleman Designs. And shout out to Elvis Coleman Racing, 2 and 3 today. Another podium for us, so pretty proud about that.
All right, man. Well, hey, good job on that third place finish, and we'll see you next week for the championship.
Thank you, sir.
That was Justin Coleman, driver the number 14, coming home in third place this evening. We got to jump to his teammate, and that's Brandon Elvis in the number 54. I talked to you on Monday, Brandon. You're just racking up these second places here this week, apparently. Coming home in second, though, you finished in front of your teammate. He was the points leader. You're second in points. You were 22 back. Kind of walk me through tonight's race.
Yeah, I don't really know, man. I just felt like the car probably didn't have enough gear in it. Couldn't really mount a run on Grable. He did a wonderful job staying out front and conserving his tires there. Man, I could get to second there, and that's all I had.
Well, it looked like you might have shown the nose a couple of times, but it looked like he was just barely enough to cover you off going into 1 and 2. It looks like you were better through 1 and 2. What do you think?
Yeah, I grew up here, so there's a little bit different line. I can run in 1 and 2. I feel like that does have an advantage. You can share the nose, and sometimes you can scare the person into making a mistake, but that line works. You can roll through the center. You don't really get tight in the center like you think you would by doing that, and it's kind of, I was really just counting on him to make a mistake, and he didn't do it all night. He did a great job.
Well, you come home second here tonight, man. Next week, championship race. You're 22 points back tonight. It's probably going to be a little bit closer. So how do you feel about going to Wilkesboro?
Yeah, I did some calculations in my head looking on the website there. I think if I went ahead and calculated the drops, I think I would have been 13 back coming in tonight. So it's going to be tough. I'm not going to be able to do it if Justin's right behind me. That's for sure.
Well, hey, you guys put on one heck of a show here tonight. Come home second place. Who you got to thank on the number 54 for making it all happen?
My wife, mom, dad, Barry Ellis Performance, Chestnut Hill Restaurant right here in Myrtle Beach, Coleman Design, and Elvis Coleman Racing, man. 2 and 3 tonight. We were 2 and 4 Monday, 2 and 3 tonight. I think we were 2 and 3 last night. So, man, we just it was 1 and 2 last night. Excuse me, in a different league. But man, I keep working hard, and I think we're getting better.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again here on second place. We'll see you next week for the championship.
Thanks, buddy.
That's Brandon Elvis, second place here tonight at Myrtle Beach. But we got to talk to the man taking home another win here in Crooked Line is the 05 of Brian Grayville. And Brian, Pretty much a dominating performance all night. I think you led every single lap. I guess my question to you is, how'd you manage them tires to stay up front? Looked like Elvis was getting close.
Yeah, I started pushing really hard there towards the end after that last caution. Really, the first part of the race, I was saving. I wasn't using my brake too much. I barely touched my brake the first part of the race. And just kind of let the car do its thing. Just get off the gas and let it float through the corner. And then there towards the end, I started having a trail brake, get the car to rotate. Elvis, I think if we didn't hit the chips so much, I think he would have got there. But luckily, we was able to hold him off, and I was just focusing on corner exit, man.
Well, I would talk to you about points, but I'm not sure where you're at in points in this series. I only had the top 5 written down, but we head to North Wilkesboro next week. How do you feel about that track?
Feeling pretty good. I don't feel good about starting in the back just because I know how hard it is to pass in these cars. Can't really bump them. You can, but it isn't really enough to do too much damage. It's one of my better tracks on here too, so we'll see what we'll be able to get done. I think maybe with some practice and some things happening during the race, maybe things go in our favor and another top 5, top 3.
Well, absolutely dominating performance. I had that 0-5 tonight here at Myrtle Beach. You got a shout out?
I want to shout out the Bubba's About Broke podcast, Scrub Out Cancer, my parents, and Coleman Designs.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations on taking home the win here tonight, and we'll see you next week at North Wilkesboro.
All righty. Thanks, Sam.
That was your race winner, Brian Grayville, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, they actually put on a really good show here tonight. Oh, why do I always click the wrong button? Bring up your race results on screen. There we go. Race results are up on your screen. Brian Grayville taking home the win. Brandon Elvis in second. Justin Coleman third. Brian Zimmerman fourth. And Brad Carpenter fifth. The rest of your results are on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and jump on out of here. I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast on TrueSimProductions. That being said, we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.